Baystate Celts. I know, usually this is Patrick's gig, but I'm filling in today. Um, he's got a lot with the Patriots. He's got to figure out who we want in the draft and all this. Patriots free falling. That's up to him to figure that out. So I'm stepping in today. Baystate Celtics. So here's what we're looking at. The Celtics just come off a big time win against the Philadelphia 76ers, 125 to 119. Granted, there was no Tyrese Maxey. There was no Joel Embiid. Jason Tatum also got ejected in this game. The Celtics still found a way to get a win. Huge. Now you're 2-1 against the Sixers. You really solidify your spot as the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. The Orlando Magic is a team that I'm definitely worried about. That's for sure. 14-9. They're crawling. They're trying to catch up to you. Orlando's a good club. Franz and Mo Wagner, Banchero, of course, Suggs. They got a good club down there, but we'll see how far they go throughout the season. Minnesota Timberwolves is another one. They're soaring right now. The young teams are starting to surge, the young talent in the NBA. That's why you're starting to see the Milwaukee Bucks a little iffy. Teams starting to age out like Cleveland, like Toronto. I mean, Toronto's got Scotty, but Miami's another one. They're aging. New York. But right now, Boston's on the top. This is their time to siege it. They should not lose to the East, that's for sure. Anyways, so Celtics come up with a big win against the Philadelphia 76ers. JB dropped 20 points. Tatum, before he got ejected, 21. Horford, 20. Huge. D. White, 21. While it doesn't look deep personnel-wise when it comes to talent, there's a statement to be made that they're actually the deepest team in the league, talent-wise. The MVP, Tatum, gets ejected from this game, and you still get 60 points, 61 points out of three other players. Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Derek White. Unreal. That's even with Drew Holiday not having his best shooting splits as of late. I just know he shoots the ball at a better clip than, of course, Smart, but that's not his job on this team. His job is to make sure they don't turn the ball over on offense. Don't turn the ball over. Be that post-up, strong point guard, and be the best defender on the court. It's him and Jason Tatum are the two best defenders on the court. Derek White is the third one, of course. Porzingis and Brown are behind those guys. But Drew Holiday is supposed to be the captain on defense. The reason why you have the best two-way backcourt in the league is because you have Drew Holiday. Best point of attack defender in the league. Maybe not. I think Marcus Smart is the best loose ball defender, but Holiday's got that point of attack. Never gets beat. Anyways, so the Celtics come up with a huge win on their home floor. They're undefeated on their home floor, and that is a statement. They should, if other teams are afraid to come to the Garden and you're that top seed in the East, you have a free walk pretty much all the way. If you never lose at home, the thing about the Boston Garden, the fans of the Celtics, the green team, right? They can either be the sixth man or for your team or the other team. The fans at the Garden are electric, and when you get them going, they get riled. You know, like the fans at TD will become almost unmatched in terms of just energy that they bring to your team. Like, it's impossible to not be fueled when you have a filled TD Garden going crazy for you, you know? So it's important for the Celtics to make sure they establish a home court advantage. They never lose at home, and they should never. And I had the utmost confidence against the Philadelphia 76ers, even when Tatum got ejected. that we were going to win this game. I had the utmost confidence. 100% I knew they're not going to lose at home. And this is where I give my props and my flowers to Missoula, because I've been off Missoula for a while when I saw the ECF in the playoffs last year. When I saw us drop 2 games to Atlanta, I didn't like that. I saw the Philly series go 7. I didn't like that either. And then I saw us go down a 3-0 hole in the conference finals. I lost my mind. That really got me off the Missoula train. He's showing that he's taking control of the locker room now. There was an in-season tournament game against the Chicago Bulls earlier this week, and Missoula stomped them. He stomped them. And even though the players were uncomfortable because they want to preserve relationships with their opponents and players around the league and all this, Missoula had the one goal in mind, that the one goal that the fans and the ownership care about: being the best team they can to win the championship. This is what happens if the Celtics win the championship this year. Jason Tatum solidifies himself as one of the Celtics legends. He puts himself right up there. They hang banner 18. First time since 2008 they win the championship after a long drought for what's normal for this franchise. They hang that banner. Tatum solidifies himself as the greatest player in the league now. Not just the greatest American player, which he is now, but the greatest player overall in the league. Not just the East, not just America, the whole world. He becomes the guy, right? Because he does it on both ends, which you don't see out of a lot of guys. A lot of guys have very deep scoring package. They have a deep bag, or they're electric defender. Kawhi Leonard is the only other player that I've seen that can play the ball on both ends the way Tatum can. But he has injury issues. But you look at Tatum, he doesn't have that. He is an Iron Man. He plays out the whole season. He misses probably 2 to 3 games a season. Leonard, he's missing half the season every year. So what that does, solidifies himself with Larry Bird, Bill Russell. He's in the conversation with Paul Pierce. He's not on the level of those guys, but he's this generation's guy in Boston, you know? Jaylen Brown, he proves that he was worth the max contract. They gave him the max contract. If they win the championship, he solidifies himself as being one of the best number 2s in basketball. Could be the best number 2 in basketball. Depends on what we see out of Jamal Murray, what we see out of Dame Lillard maybe. But Jaylen Brown, if they win the chip, he's definitely the best number 2 player in basketball. Porzingis shuts up all the haters. Everyone that said that he's a stat patter, he can't win, he's not a winning player, he's fragile, and all he cares about is himself and his contract. No. He came here, he could have got a max deal or a way larger deal at another franchise, but instead he took a 1-year opt. He opted in for 1 year to play in Boston. If he wins that championship, that is huge for him and shutting everybody up. Holiday shows that he is one of the most essential pieces to a championship team. He went to 2 different franchises and came up huge on both teams, doing the nitty-gritty. The team doesn't need scoring. The team needs defense. Tatum and Brown and Porzingis are all great scorers. Derek White's going to score easily too. Horford as well. Holiday, his job isn't to put 40 points up. It's to shoot at a good clip. Shoot that 36% from 3. Make smart plays with the ball. When he has to post up, I see him do it. It looks good. Finally, Derek White. Derek White shows that he is one of the most underrated players in basketball. I think he is right now the most underrated player in the East. Herb Jones over in New Orleans, what he's doing for them, he's a very underrated player as well. It used to be the kids in Chicago before they got hurt. But what Dwight does. He is one of the most underrated players in basketball. And the big thing is Mazzulla. Mazzulla solidifies himself as the coach of the future for the Celtics. The thing that I love about Mazzulla is he's not focused on just pleasing the players, being a player's guy. What I care about is that he's focused on the mission. And that's what won me over, was what he did in the in-season tournament. The Celtics go on to play the Indiana Pacers tomorrow for the next round of the tournament. They should win the tournament. They should win everything. Should have an MVP in Tatum, all NBA in Brown, all defense in Holiday, and you should have Porzingis in all NBA and probably Dwight in defense. Horford as 6-man. That team, in terms of talent, is the deepest in the league, even though they're only 6 deep. In terms of talent, they are the deepest in the league. Hopefully we win tomorrow. And then I think we got Orlando coming up soon at home, so that will be entertaining. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.